The last time we saw the Wawa Cup Series cars and drivers on track, it was in a very narrow road course in northeastern Ohio. And let me tell you, that race was wild. And Thomas Troxel managed to survive it all, get the race victory in that one. We'll have to see how it all ends up shaking out for the next one. It's another wild road course and another first-time road course. And for the first time ever on the channel, we come down under to the Bend Motorsports Park just outside of Adelaide in South Australia. And you can probably infer what this race is called. It's the Gratton Industries Invitational. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. The first ever time we've done a race at the Bend. A lot of y'all know this racetrack and you know how wild it can be. And these Wawa Cup Series drivers are going to put on a great show here today. For the third invitational race here, we are here for 17 laps in the Gratton Industries Invitational. Let's see who gets it done here at the Bend Motorsports Park. Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome here to Tail and Bend, South Australia, here on what is a Friday night in the States for most of y'all, but it is a Saturday afternoon, morning for you, Stuart, who is in the booth with me here for this one, and I know you've been looking forward to this one. Obviously, it is the Gratton Industries Invitational. We all know Gratton Industries. Everyone knows Gratton Industries. You can't stop Gratton Industries, and now they're sponsoring a race, and it's just going to keep on getting worse and worse if you don't like the Gratton logo being everywhere. But I know you do, and you know this is going to be a fun race here, and this is a racetrack where these drivers oversteer some of these corners by quite a bit, and that's what makes it such a unique place. And these drivers have to be careful, but the key to winning here is staying on course, but we're not going to see a lot of that. Turn 17 and turn 1 are the two trouble spots for these drivers overshooting the corner, and if you don't make it correctly, you can lose a lot of ground, and the driver behind you can catch right back up. But Stuart, you know how crazy this place is, and you know it's going to be a fun race, but you only have one of your drivers in this one here today. Ludovic Charette decided not to sign up for this one, so it's just Matt Tuck, so I know you're rooting for him to get it done here today for Gratton Autosport. But what are you excited for, and what are you looking forward to in this race for 17 laps here at the Bend?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing how the drivers handle this racetrack. As you mentioned, it's they do overshoot the turns, particularly turn 1 at the start, and you're going to see turns 1, 2, 3. That's probably where you're going to see most of the chaos. If there's going to be accidents in this one, it's probably going to be there. So I think if you could survive that, I think you're well placed. And obviously, track position is so important. And I'm glad you mentioned turn 17 as well. Turn 18, the last two turns on the racetrack are some of the trouble spots as well. You run a little bit wide over those ripple strips, and you can lose a lot of time in the grass. It's a very interesting racetrack. 18 turns, clockwise racetrack, so you're predominantly turning right, and it's going to be. Yeah, and if you're just a little bit wide, you can lose a lot of time. So it's luckily this racetrack as well. It's a bit wider than say Nelson Ledges where we were last time in the Grizzle Graphics Grand Prix, but there's a bit more runoff as well. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Once you get on the grass, you're going to lose a lot of time. So, once you get through the first kind of few laps at this track, you probably get away with it. It's a flat racetrack. You consider it compared to other road courses that we typically go to, Road America, Watkins Glen, etc. You know, they have a bit of undulation, bit of elevation here and there. This is a very flat racetrack, so it'll be very interesting to see how they go, particularly turn 1. We're going to see drivers go in to turn 1, in particular 3. Maybe some drivers will be stupid enough to go 4 wide, perhaps, but it'll be more likely 3 going into turn 1, and that would end very, very poorly.
And of course, the big thing compared to Nelson Ledges here is that this track is much wider, and there's a lot more runoff area than what we had a month ago at that racetrack. So even though we're going to see some crazy things here today, it may not necessarily be a race of attrition, more so just a race of keeping your car on the track and not losing time. And we'll have to see how it all ends up shaking out, especially considering we have no pit stops in this race. So that's the big difference. Obviously, what we saw last time out, oh boy, we're not going to see that here today. No pit stops in this race, which is not common for a road course. So no pit stops, no cautions. They're just going for it for 17 laps around this 3.07 mile road course. And you know what? Even though there aren't any pit stops, you can still work your way through the field with all these drivers overshooting the corner, which we'll see here today. And any of these guys really have a good opportunity at getting this win if they have a good enough car. But a lot of the better drivers starting up front including Kirsten Bell. Great to have her back. She was not in the last Invitational race at Nelson Ledges, but she starts on the pole position here today for this Gratton Industries Invitational. Alongside her there, Travis Crampton in the 98 machine. Of course, Crampton got a win earlier this season in the Wawa Cup Series at the Michigan International Speedway, and he's had some pretty solid success the past couple of weeks in the Turkey Hill Truck Series with his driver, Nathan Stapleton. Of course, they flip it here in the Wawa Cup Series. Nathan's the owner, and Travis is the driver. And there's Blaine Keys, who... Stuart, I'm gonna spoil the Iowa race that's gonna go up here in 21 minutes for you, but he's not the points leader anymore in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, though he's looking to get that back tomorrow at Road America. He starts third alongside Laura Chung there in row number 2. You got Thomas Troxel, and I'm gonna make it even better for you, Stuart, because it's your driver over in the Turkey Hill Truck Series who got the win last week at the Iowa Speedway, looking for his 31st career win here tonight. And he is starting in the 6th position there. Nicholas Samadio driving for Appalachian Motorsports here in this one. Of course, Troxel and Samadio, they were side by side in Nelson Ledges. They're alongside each other to start this one. You got Brad Stover, who was not in the Nelson Ledges race either. He actually did not have enough points to qualify for him. To the inside there of Jack Haas, and then there's your driver Matt Tuck to the inside of Philip Torres. That's the top 10 starting positions here from the Bend, just outside Tailem Bend, South Australia. I know Josh had a race here in the Cabela's Cup Series back in the day, and that was a while ago. This is our first time here at the Bend, and we are excited for it. We're going to have the Body Armor Pro Series here about a year from now, next year in the 2025 Body Armor Pro Series season. You're going to see a lot of Gratton Autosport, Gratton Industries in that as well. But it's Echo Evans-Ross and her team starting on the pole position alongside Travis Crampton. Let's go ahead and get these drivers to roll off here and get Stuart his pick, and then we're going to be green flag racing in just a moment here at the Bend. All right, Stuart, we got the top 10 there, and we got some other drivers in the back of the field, but a lot of strong drivers in the top 10. Who do you think is getting it done here today in the Gratton Industries Invitational?
We've got to make this really quick here as they're going through turn 17. I will go with Blaine Keys, 41.
Not a bad pick at all. We'll see if he gets 2 in a row this weekend. He's got to win this one first, though, before he wins tomorrow. We'll have to see what he can do there, starting from the 3rd position. Well, here we go. We're green flag racing in the 3rd invitational event of the season. It's the Gratton Industries Invitational, so you know it's going to be a good one. Oh, brother. Travis Crampton really went for it. Brad Stover really went for it. And Brad Stover battling with Blaine Keys for second, but that was a great jump for Kirsten Bell. Oh, and around! Troxel just got sent by Travis Crampton, and everyone avoids him somehow. Oh my goodness, that was tight right there. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a back-to-back invitational win for Travis, or should I say for Thomas Troxel. Matthew Hubert also caught up as well in the 0. And you see all of that going on in the corner of your screen. And where did Brad go? He fell back in the 88. Wonder if he got caught up in that one. And my goodness, we knew it was going to be wild. We knew it was going to be crazy. And what a start to this race as Kirsten Bell holds on for now. But Blaine Keys, Matt Tuck, Laura Chung, and you got Samadio and Jack Haas battling for the 5th position right there as Kirsten Bell holds on to the race lead here on lap number 1.
Yeah, I'd like to see what happened there with Troxel and Crampton. That was very bizarre. Strange that they got together kind of in the run between 5 and 6. But, between 4 and 5. But here comes Blaine Keys. He got through there pretty cleanly. So did Kirsten Bell. I'm surprised they actually lasted through 1, 2, and 3. And here we go. Keys to the inside in 17. This is the danger spot. You can run really wide through here. And Bell on that outside. Here comes Matt Tuck in the 54. Gets around the 93. And now going to the inside for the lead. And he started from 9th. He's got the lead of the race.
Well, how about that? It's your driver. It's your race. And Matt Tuck's going to lead lap number 1 here at the Bend. A wild first lap there, a wild exchange, and there's a reason why you're seeing these types of tracks as the invitational races and not as points-paying races, but I'm telling you what, we're going to have a lot of fun here today. Matt Tuck going wide right there, but not letting Blaine Keys get the inside of him. Laura Chung there, trying to hold off Braden Perez as Samadio went wide. He fell back quite a bit there, and it had to have been turn 17 right there, but he lost all of that ground. Brad Stover was 3rd at one point and fell all the way back outside the top 10 right there on that first lap. Now, Troxel and Crampton, they're still out there. They don't have too much damage. And Matthew here with the only driver as a battle for the lead. Blaine Keys and Matt Tuck going for it right here. Blaine to the outside of the 54 machine here, and they're still side by side.
I think one thing is that's Blaine Keys on that outside. That was through turn 8 there. When you're on the outside, these 4 right turns from 7 to 10, you know, you're on that outside, you lose a lot of ground there, and that's what happened with Blaine Keys. I think he's got to remember, too, that Matt Tuck is the owner in the truck series. He drives the Matt Tuck, so I think he's got to remember that, perhaps. But tell you what, they've been really amped up here right at the start of the race, and lots of chaos. But now we got through the first lap in a bit, probably see these guys calm down quite a bit, and still see some battling here. It looks like Laura Chung looks pretty racy, gone to the rear there of Perez, and looks like pushed him wide, and Chung now gets passed up into the 4th position. But I expect these guys to come down a little bit. We'll see some more battling throughout, but it's been a crazy start so far as we've got a battle for the lead. They're both gone wide, and
they're all going wide right there. And here comes Philip Torres and Braden Perez taking advantage of that. And Philip Torres is going to jolt his way all the way up to the 2nd position right there, or 3rd position, I should say, as Blaine Keys has taken the lead away from Matt Tuck right there through that exchange. So that's such a very treacherous corner right there, 17 and 18. And with that being the last corner of the racetrack, we could easily see a last corner pass for the race lead in this one, the way it's going. And I tell you what, they're just all over the place. It's like we're at GNC Stunt Road going through the gravel right there. How about Bruno Diacomo starting on the pole tomorrow for the Sprecher Soda 250K in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and he's definitely having another great run on a road course here. Up to the 6th position. Kirsten Bell is in 7th. Jack Haas, and you got Justin Zeidel, Laura Chung battling right there. Nicholas Sambadio has not run well in this race. He has slipped back and continued to slip back. He's down in the 14th position right now on that 59 machine. And we got 3 wide. Andrew Miller, Avery Alford, and Brad Stover going 3 wide here.
Oh, don't like this.
Stover way off. Way off there in the 88 machine. He's going to fall back.
And someone's gone wide. I think someone's gone in the wall back there, I think. Pretty sure. I'm not sure who that was, but someone's definitely...
And there goes Logan Williams and Angel Gutierrez, and Fitzwater gets caught up as well. He got sideswiped just for a moment, and it's Torres. Philip Torres, and he's on the other side of the wall. Brother.
Yeah.
And that's both the Rut Racing cars out of this race early here at the Bend. That is such a shame for him. And Matt Tuck's got a problem. That's a problem on the 54, I feel like. And now the 39, and Jack Haas just got taken out by Kirsten Bell, and Laura Chung just got in the Jack Haas. In testing, we did not have anything like this at all. I did a race and only 2 cars failed to finish. Well, we're going to have a lot more than that, the way this one's going. Laura Chung out of the race in that 55, and Jack Haas got spun around right there. And, you were saying, we get to a point where everything kind of calms down. Well, they have not gotten to that point yet, and I don't know what happened with Matt Tuck. I think there might be a mechanical issue on that 54 machine. He's down the pit lane. Oh, brother, I know this is not at all what you wanted to see in this one. Yeah, I can't imagine that. It doesn't look like that was accident damage. It looks like he's just down because of a mechanical issue.
Yeah. Although the 20, you got to consider as well, the 20 was the next car behind. So maybe there was something there. I'm not quite sure. But tell you what, but it's based on the testing I'd seen. I hadn't seen anything like this. As Perez looks racy here in the 23. Trying to get to the outside here. But again, these right-handers here. So that's 7. This is 8 right here. The outside, there goes Perez off the racetrack, and he's going to lose a lot of ground as a result. It's hard to make a pass through there, stay side by side, particularly with how chaotic.
That's what happened to Philip Torres. He never got caught back and just hit the wall.
Yeah, that's a long way back, and he lost a lot of ground as a result.
They are just going for it all over the place. So LJ Semedo on up have not been involved in anything significant. That's the top 16 right now. Angel Gutierrez is 17th. Jack Haas is 18th. He got caught up with it with his teammate Kirsten Bell. Troxel got caught up on the first lap there. And then so did Travis Crampton. Fitzwater as well got spun around. Matt Tuck is back out there on the lead lap, but his chances of winning this race are probably done with that one. And how about this? How about Bruno Diacomo? He's run a very clean race here today, and he's going to get to the inside of Brain Perez, even though they overshoot going into the grass. They're just gunning for it going into that corner. It's crazy how far they're going into it right there. But Blaine Keys holds on to the race lead for now, as we're a little over a quarter of the way through this one here at the Bend. Blaine Keys holding on to a 1.8 second lead now on Bruno Diacomo there in the 28. Got Brain Perez. Justin Zeidel is fourth. Kirsten Bell, we have a very good chance at an upset winner here today at the Bend, the way this one's going. A lot of guys back in here who have not won races this season in the Wawa Cup Series or any rating series for that matter. I don't think the ratings mean much here today, the way these guys are doing it here. Got Logan Williams back in, or just inside the top 10 now, getting around Roberto Crown Jr. and Nicholas Samadeo back in the field. But if you're Blaine Keys, all you got to really do at this point is just keep a clean line and run a clean race to the end here. But that's going to be hard to do with 13 laps to go.
Yeah, especially with the way some of these drivers have been going. And you see Blaine there; he's a little bit wide. You want to be closer to the apex there through these right-handers, and that's going to open up the 28 behind, for example, as well. If he can, if you keep it clean, it's.
I think Matt Tuck's back down.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Even more issues on Matt Tuck's machine. That's a shame for you guys. Only the one car in this race. Ladovic didn't sign up, and Matt Tuck definitely struggling. But I guess something's got to give if you're sponsoring the race.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely is true. But yeah, Blaine is he's doing a good job. Got to keep it clean. One thing that they are doing, they're overdriving like every turn, which is, again, I didn't expect to see that. They're really going for it. But especially turn one, going through the gravel at turns 1 and 2 is, they're really pushing quite hard here. And I suppose a good thing as well, as you see, Diacomo runs wide, and he's going to lose 3 positions there in the process. The other thing you should note as well, there is a very low tire degradation at this track, so you're not going to lose it's not particularly high tire wear. So I tell you what, the 43, Racing Motorsports 1 and 2, but the 43 now up to second and 6/10 behind.
How about Justin Zeidel right here in the 43 machine? Teammate to Blaine Keys there at Racing Motorsports, though neither of these drivers will be at Racing Motorsports next season. Justin moving over to Dracoan Racing Enterprises in 2025, and Blaine Keys going over to Pacific Racing. How about Justin, though? And he was definitely the second driver at that team over the past year, even though Blaine Keys was very successful. Blaine still had a solid season, all things considered, though. Was not at the level of Keys. I know Justin would love to get one on his teammate right here, and he's got an opportunity at doing so here. Don't count out Kirsten Bell, who was up front, who won the pole for this race, started up front initially. She's actually going for second there on Justin right now. Brain Perez has had a solid run. Bruno Diacomo there, and man, we just got a gaggle of cars back here. Andrew Miller moving his way through the field. He's had a clean race so far. Bernardo de Oliveira, Avery Alfred as well. Kirsten gets around for second right there on Justin Zeidel. Now she has her eyes set there on the 41.
Yeah, and Keys has been struggling in the last couple of laps. I just want to say with Justin as well, he did get a race win for us last year at Road America as well. So he can perform quite well on these road courses. So something to maybe keep in mind as the race goes on. But another thing you've got to remember as well, we're just about a third of the way through this race. So just keep that in mind as, here we go, change for the lead as Blaine's run wide. And Kirsten, despite what's happened, a little bit of contact with teammate Jack Haas and everything that's kind of happened, it looks pretty quick here at the moment in the 93. He's been able to work her way back to the front, and has more often than not kept it on the racetrack, which is always a good thing to do here at the Bend.
Of course, the team owner of this team won 2 road course races as a driver in the Wawa Cup Series back in 2023, so not surprised to see this team run well on the road course, especially with Kirsten Bell, who was not in the last Invitational race in Nelson Ledger. She did not sign up for that one. And now here she is with an opportunity at getting one done here. Though she has not won a race on the channel since Dover, and I'm sure you remember that one. That was not a good day for you guys there at Gratton Autosport with Matt Tuck coming down the pit lane, 2 laps to go. But Braden Perez is now up to second. Blaine Keys overshot right there. You do not want to be the leader coming to the white or to the checkered flag here in this one, I don't feel like, because whoever is the leader seems to be that they're going to overshoot that final set of corners, and whoever's second's going to be able to get right underneath of them and steal that lead away. So it's going to be fascinating to see how close they end up being once we get to that point. Blaine's going for it here on Perez for second. I feel like it's going to, be either Blaine Keys or Kirsten Bell who win this race, assuming they don't make any catastrophic mistakes as this race goes along. That's the big key right there. Braden Perez has enough strength to be able to get him on speed, but guys like Justin Diacomo, Alfred De Oliveira, Brad Stover, as of course I mentioned something about Andrew Miller, and then he falls back in the 97, all the way now down to the 16th position right there for Andrew Miller. Jack has a 17th, Troxel still in it in 18th, and then Crampton in 20th with Fitzwater down in 21st. Matt Tuck is, he's pit looping right now. As here we go, Braden Perez taking advantage of that, and we've seen so many lead changes through that set of corners, and now we got Braden Perez out front here on lap 7 at the Bend.
Yeah, right as I said that Kirsten was keeping it on the black stuff, goes and makes this mistake, and is probably going to lose another spot here to the 41 in the process, but also the 41 made a mistake there. It turned 17 and 18 and lost the position for Perez, so look, I might as well just shut up here, to be honest with you. It feels like I'm just going to jinx everybody, but here comes Keys again. I reckon you're right with these three cars. They look like the quickest three on the track at the moment. Let's see again. It must be something with the leader here, being the pioneer going into the track. It's very slippery, isn't it? Not a whole lot of grip at the moment. It's actually surprising to me.
They have definitely been very aggressive through these corners, and much more aggressive than you normally would see at any other Wawa Cup Series race or track. They weren't like this in Nelson Ledges, and once again, I mean, look at this. Now Kirsten Bell on the outside just takes it right away from Braden Perez. That was a power move, and now Perez crosses back over here on the 93. Hey, say what you want. I mean, there's a reason why this is an invitational race. This has been a very fun and entertaining event here today, and someone's going to get the race win. And the way these three are racing, they could all take each other out, and Diacomo could end up stealing another non-points win, as Blaine Keys now shoves to the inside of Perez, has a nose to the inside of Kirsten. Not quite enough. But now Kirsten might be the one who makes the mistake through turn 17 right here. And Blaine Keys right to the inside of her. Oh, contact there between Keys and Kirsten Bell's going to get spun around. Something was bound to give right there. And the 93 is going to fall back in the order after Blaine Keys got right into her. And Braden Perez holds on to the lead after that whole exchange. And the record books will say that he never lost the lead because he led the last lap and he led that one right there.
I tell you what, that was chaotic as anything. I think had like 3 lead changes in the one lap there, but something had to give there. Blaine Keys made sure that Kirsten was going to run off the track there. It was very, very aggressive, and see how aggressive he is going through turn 2 there. Luckily, kept control of the car. He's really pushing that 41 quite hard. Tell you what, Bernardo Oliveira's doing a good job as well. He's quietly moved his way up into this into the top 5 now in the 57. He's doing a very nice job throughout this one, and has caught up to guys like Zidell and Diacomo and having a battle with them, and they were right up there. Oh, and right on. See, I should just shut up. I should just shut up.
They got into each other. No major contact, but they're going to fall back through the order with that one. And Kirsten fell way back in the order with that one, down to the 10th position across the line after getting taken out by Blaine Keys. And now Braden Perez still holding on to the race lead in the 23. Of course, we're at Road America in the Truck Series tomorrow. Home racetrack for the Williams brothers. I know Andrew would love to get a win with his driver, Braden Perez. And of course, only 2 more races with Braden driving for Team Williams this season. And we'll have to see if that ends up being the case. You got to beat Blaine Keys, though. That's going to be hard to beat. And you got to remember, too, after what happened at Iowa last week in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and of course what happened in the Wawa Cup Series, Blaine's got a huge chip on his shoulder after all of that, you know. And you know he wants to get one of these invitational wins before it all closes out right here. And he's got a great opportunity today. Braden Perez wide, but so is Keys. Seems like unless you're to the inside of somebody, you're going to go wide through this corner right here. And definitely not the advantage that a lot of these drivers wanted to have. But kind of just stay in their respective positions right now as Perez continues to lead this race. We now have 8 laps to go. We're past halfway here in this Gratton Industries Invitational, and what a wild race it has been here at the Bend so far. You got Bruno Diacomo running 3rd, Avery Alford is running 4th, and then you got Logan Williams, who's found himself into the 5th position, Roberto Crown Jr., Bryce Egan, Nicholas Samadillo right there. Samadillo's going to gain a spot there on Egan and Roberto Crown Jr. You watch out for Nicholas. I don't want to say that he's had a good race so far, because if I do, we'll jinx him, but he actually has run a very clean race compared to some of these other guys. Watch, next corner, he's going to get sent around. Oh, okay. He didn't get sent around. I thought he would. Bryce Egan's the kind of guy who'd go in there and just dive bomb it in. Kirsten is 9th, and then you got Justin Seidel rounding out the top 10. Brad Stover 11th. LJ Semedo. Brian Webb there in the 13. Bernardo Oliveira in the 57 machine. And you got Rogel there in the 74 down in 15th. Andrew Miller is 16th. Jack Haas is 17th. Thomas Troxel is 18th. Angel Gutierrez is 19th. Travis Crampton is 20th. Zachary Fitzwater is 21st. Matt Took is 3 laps down, continuing the pit loop. And then out of the race include Laura Chung, Philip Torres, and Matthew Hubert. Only 3 drivers out of the race, which is not too bad considering all the wild stuff we saw at the beginning of this one. It has calmed down quite a bit up front for now. Brain Perez still holding on to the race lead, but will he be able to hold off Blaine Keys? That is the big question.
I think the thing when you look at something like this, for example, that turn 17 there, is they all run wide, and Williams now he's going to get past Diacono here as well, and up into that. Yeah, up into 3rd, and he's going to maximise that run through turn 18. It's the fact that the grass is there as well. It's not like Coda, for example. You could go very far off the track. In fact, that's the preferred line, but there's no grass out there, so you can keep that speed. And this could get really nasty here. They're he's right on that right rear. Blaine Keys. That could have ended very badly, and so could this. This has got trouble written all over it back here. I mean, they're just absolutely going berserk.
Guess what? Roberto Crown Jr. looking to find themselves in the top 3 right here. Logan Williams. Both the Appalachia cars have just kind of methodically kept themselves in this thing so far, and they're waiting, and then we got a pass right there as Blaine did get around Perez, but Perez looking to go right back on the 41 right here. I mean, if they don't take each other out, it's between Keys and Perez, but I don't have a good feeling that they're going to be able to stay in this thing for 7 more laps. You got Roberto Crown Jr. now looking on Logan Williams, and Nicholas Amadio is still lurking here as well. Got that win, got his 30th career win on the channel last Friday night at Iowa in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. He's the points leader in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. He's in the top 5 right now. We got Brain Perez and Blaine Keys still going after it here on lap 11 for the top position. And Perez a little wide again right there. Going to lose some ground to Blaine, but Blaine could overshoot a 17 and 18, and Perez can be right back there. That's now Nicholas Amadio battling for 3rd with Roberto Crown Jr. right there for that position.
Let's see. You're going to run a bit wide here. He does. Yeah, Perez got a better run, but still wasn't great. He's going to get to the inside here in turn 18. He's going to take the lead back again. And once again, the record books will say there were no lead changes on that lap because he led last lap and he's going to lead again. That's all going back here. Samadio's now lost a whole heap of ground, so is Crown. I mean, it's all going on. Giacomo, again, having another good run. Pretty sure he's Australian too. I could be wrong about that.
I think he might be from New Zealand, I think.
I think he's Australian. I could be wrong.
One of the two.
About that.
Oh, and around! Bryce Egan and Avery Alford. And it was bound to happen through that corner at some point right there. And some contact, Roberto Crown Jr. I mean, they were 3rd last lap, and now they got damage from that one, getting into Avery Alford off the exit there. And LJ Semedo also getting spun around right there. I tell you what. These invitational races, they've been pretty crazy. They've been kind of nuts out here. But, you know what? Our next one's at Nazareth, and I don't think it's going to quite be like this, but it'll be a fun one. That'll be December 21st. The Wawa Winter Invitational, the last invitational race of the 2024 season, and then from there, we're only 1 month away. We're 2 months away, essentially, from the Meliello Smooth Fest from New Smyrna, the 2025 season opening up on January 31st, Friday night. That's going to be a lot of fun there. Blaine Keys won that event 2 years ago. He wants to win this event, and he's got to get around Brain Perez, who has actually led the most laps in this race so far. I do believe Perez has had the best run in that 23 machine. You had Logan Williams now running in the 3rd position. Bruno Diacomo there in 4th, and Nicholas Samadeo holds on to the top 5 with Kirsten Bell working her way back up through the field. She is now up to the 6th position right there, getting around Justin Crown Jr. and De Oliveira right there. Of course, Avery Alford did not do himself any favors that last time around right there. And it doesn't look like Brain Perez did himself any favors right there. As for the race lead, Blaine Keys takes it away now. 5 laps to go here at the Bend for the 41.
Yeah, probably just overshot that turn 17 again. That's basically what we've seen all day, up and down the field. So, and looks like Blaine kept it relatively clean, which is something that they have not been able to do at all. Any driver's basically been able to do all day. Yeah, we call this playing for sheep stations. This is a race that definitely fits the category. They're just going berserk. It's all to the wall and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's remarkable. Whoever can keep it cleanest from here on out, Blaine can keep it clean, then he's got it in the bag. But we haven't seen that all day, so I can't sit there and say that that's going to happen. So plenty going on. Kirsten again. I mean, this car is pretty fast, and we're probably not very happy as well, given that Blaine Keys was the one that basically pushed her off the road and into the wall. So probably seeing a bit of red at the moment in that 93, but doing a really nice job in getting back up to fourth. Has been shuffled down the order a couple of times in this race. Has recovered brilliantly both times. So 93 still very, very quick, but so far back with so little laps to go, I wouldn't say it's impossible given the way they've raced, but it's going to be a big challenge.
It's going to come down to Perez and Keys getting into each other, I think, for anybody else to win this race. However, Logan Williams in the 93 is also a very strong driver and could take advantage of any mistakes these guys make. And Blaine off again, Braden Perez off again, and Logan's also going to go off again. But here comes Kirsten in the 93. Yeah, they're all just going wide right there. The key is really not going too wide and being able to hold on to it and get that grip on the racetrack. Diacomo's going to get back to the inside of Kirsten right here. And they have spread out quite a bit now throughout these top few positions, and that's going to benefit Blaine Keys, because if he doesn't get into anybody, he's got to be careful not to take himself out, whipping it through that corner in the gravel to see if he can actually keep himself in this position. But Blaine has a strong car, you know, Braden Perez has a strong car, and now we might really be seeing the ratings come into play at this point. And certain drivers definitely have better ratings in certain areas than others, and that might be affecting how well these guys are running at the moment right now. Of course, Troxel was never able to recover from that lap 1 incident. And then I don't know what the heck's been going on with Matt Tuck here today, but 6 laps down, he just keeps pit looping. There's some issue there, but we'll have to see if Blaine can hold on to this race lead ahead of Braden Perez. Logan Williams is hoping they get into each other, and he ends up scooting his way to a Invitational race victory here today for Appalachian Motorsports. Kirsten Bell also hopes that happens, because she's probably going to be the one who ends up finishing ahead of Logan Williams in this one, because she's definitely got a better car than 95 right now. But Blaine Keys holding on for now. It's going to be 3 laps to go next time by here at the Bend. He's got 1.7 seconds the last time around, and Braden's going to have to not make any mistakes when Blaine Keys does make a mistake, if he's going to have any shot at getting back to that 41, because Blaine has pulled away from the 23 these last couple of laps.
Oh, I just saw the 71, who's well off the pace at the moment, got damaged in that last accident, but they're going to catch up to him here in a minute. So you see both cars running very wide through there. So is the 95. Even the 28, as he makes that pass, you know, it was pretty wide, was in the grass there. So it's just about minimising those mistakes, I suppose, with someone like Blaine runs very, very wide. That's the kind of thing for the 23, albeit looks like, I think Semedo's having a pit loop issue as well. But I think, well, Keys is faster right now. He did gain about a 10th on that past lap, and so now that, this could get very nasty, a little bit of contact there, but they keep it together. Giacomo's driven well in this race as well in the 28. I think regardless of if he's Australian or a Kiwi, this would be his home race. So doing a very nice job at the moment in the 28. And I think you mentioned he's on the pole for the truck race. He's doing a very nice job in the 28 at the moment. But yeah, if the 23 can minimise his mistakes, and if Blaine makes one, then you never know. But running out of time here, we're coming to 2 to go next time.
I just realized that whole time my mic was off, and you didn't even hear me talk about how much I dislike the NASCAR playoff system.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was going to say, I couldn't hear anything from you.
Oh, man. One of those days, you know? I guess NASCAR didn't want that to go out into the airwaves.
That was remarkable.
I said that whole thing, and no one's ever going to hear it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Blaine Keys is leading this race by 3 seconds now. I tell you what.
Let's just say it's Australia, right? Crazy things that happen technology-wise, particularly internet-wise, so let's just leave it at that.
Well, Blaine Keys is hoping for nothing crazy to happen on this last lap. Looking to move himself into the race. That was my fault. I actually shut my mic off to get a drink, and it's never turned it back on. That one's on me. Skill issue on my part. Hey, we've had a fun night, though, and that's the whole point of these races, just to have some fun. And, man, I had such a great speech, and you're never going to hear it. You can probably infer what I was going to say. Blaine Keys, in the 41, has not won a race in the Truck Series since Charlotte back in early October. He may win tomorrow as he's starting outside pole on Giacomo. But he's going to come through turn 17 right here. And nothing too crazy in what we've seen. Get through turn 18 as well. And Racing Motorsports and Aaron Abel are going to get at least one last song with their star driver. It's Blaine Keys getting the win down under in the Gratton Industries Invitational at the Bend.
I think did Diacomo get second? He did. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and my. I didn't even realize that was happening.
Yeah.
He did get him.
By nothing. He got him by nothing.
Bruno Diacomo right at the end, taking the second position away from Braden Perez. Then it was Justin Zeidel and Bernardo de Oliveira rounding out the top 5 here at the Bend in the Gratton Industries Invitational. I'll tell you, that was a wild race. So many things happened all over the place. But it was pretty normal up front with Blaine Keys. That was something we saw a lot of this past year. And Blaine Keys is going to get the race victory here in the Gratton Industries Invitational at the Bend. Great job for Blaine here today. And he is your race winner in the 3rd Invitational race of the season. Only one more race with these old cars. Going to be at Nazareth a month from now on December 21st. That was just a crazy race. Just all around. Just all over the place. Even with myself. 5 1,000ths of a second between Giacomo and Perez. That was not for the win, though, as Keys just pulled away at the end of that one. Definitely a fascinating race, no doubt about it. I think we may have had the strength set it a little bit too high, but you know what? We're all just having fun right here, and I hope you all enjoyed that one. And thoughts on this one, Stuart? And Blaine Keys, no surprise seeing him dominate this one here today at the Bend.
Well, you know what? Actually, I had this thought. Yeah, I talked about maybe I should shut up because I jinxed everybody. I actually picked Blaine Keys to win, so there you go.
There you go.
Maybe I'm not that much of a cuss. There you go. But yeah, great drive from Blaine. Very aggressive in this race, wasn't he? And well, all of them were, but he in particular was very aggressive. Barged Kirsten Bell out the way while battling for the lead and all that kind of stuff. And that was a key moment in the race in the grand scheme of things because the 93 was pretty quick at that time. Great run from Giacomo. I think he's someone that very strong on the road courses. I think, given his performance today and the fact that he's starting up front of the trucks as well. So he's a strong driver there on the road courses and the home race for him as well. Nice job. Good finish there with Perez. I think Perez will be disappointed. Of course, he hadn't won a race all year. It was competitive throughout, but couldn't quite bring home. Zeidel did a good job. De Oliveira, I talked about him before having a nice run. Then he got taken out by Zeidel. They both recovered to finish 4th and 5th, respectively. Kirsten Bell. And then, yeah, obviously we didn't really catch what happened with Logan Williams, but he had an issue at some point as well because he was 3rd and dropped a long way back. Obviously got tangled up with somebody, maybe with Sam Adio perhaps, as he also dropped down the order. And yeah, there was a lot going on in that race. It was quite crazy. I guess that's what you get from the Bend though in this one. So it's typically
that's why it's taken us this long to come here.
Yeah, it's
But
very chaotic.
hey,
So,
it was fun. It's all just a test. It is not for points, and that's the fun thing about it. With these invitational races, going to tracks that we would not normally go to in a points-paying race in the Wawa Cup Series. Body Armor Pro Series is a different story, but for this series, take it a little bit more seriously. I saw the scheme that Ladovic was making for her Body Armor Pro Series car. Yeah, there's definitely a less of a serious factor going on over there. It's still going to be a fun series, though. We're looking forward to that one. But what a race here. And Blaine Keys, he's Blaine Keys. He is one of the best drivers that you have in the rating series, and it's no surprise to see him dominate this race the way he has. And, he got a couple moments right there, but in the long run, this was a longer race, 17 laps here. He just had the advantage. There was no getting to him today, and Blaine Keys is definitely the driver to beat when it comes to these rating series. We'll see if that ends up being the case tomorrow in the Turkey Hill Truck Series race around America. And Stuart, I'm going to have you in the booth for that one anyway, so might as well ask you since I got you, how do you think that race is going to play out? Because Blaine Keys is starting outside pole, but, the way Road America works, he's actually on the inside going into turn one, so he might actually get the advantage there. Do you think he's going to have an opportunity at getting his first win since Charlotte over there in the Truck Series?
I would say yes. There's definitely a chance there, of course. Starting up front, getting that inside lane, and it'll be very interesting. It's not going to be a chaotic race like it was today. I mean, you're going to see bits and pieces. Where the first lap of Road America can be quite. There can be a lot of energy going on, and there's a bit of chaos with some of the trucks going around and all that kind of stuff. It typically happens. So keep yourself clean. We'll see what happens there. But I think he's in a good spot. The outside lane, actually, off of turn one, you can get a pretty good run. So it will be interesting to see how he goes. Even though he is on that inside, it might not be to the greatest advantage. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, the Cup race was determined by pit stops in that race earlier in the year. Ladovic won the race. The pit cycle, and Ladovic won the race, and Nicholas Samadeo, who led so much of it early on, I think he actually got held up in that on the outlap. Which is, I think, what happened there to cause him to lose the lead. So, it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. But it won't be like this. It won't be like this race. There's no doubt about that.
It won't be like this at all. And I'll actually promise to keep my mic on the whole time as well. It was like the greatest thing I've ever said, and no one heard it. Hey, we all can kind of infer what I was saying right there, and in reference to the Wawa Cup Series finale and how we had a great finale without having a playoff system, and just based on what we saw a couple weeks ago in real life NASCAR, which do you think was better? And I mean, legitimately mean that. I think ours was way better than what we had in real life, and Ladovic Shred definitely deserved that championship. And Blaine Keys was a guy up there. It was still a lot of fun. It was such a lot of fun there. But hey, Blaine Keys gets it done here at the Bend. Thank you for suffering through all our technical difficulties on track and off. And hey, next time we come here, I think we'll have all that sorted out, and it'll be a lot more fun. But hey, we had some fun tonight. That's the point of these invitational races, to have some fun. And hey, next Thursday we've got another fun race, the Thanksgiving 500. I know for you, Stuart, now that doesn't really mean much to you in regards of the holiday, but you are in the race, and a lot of y'all are in the race as well. It's the 10th running of the Thanksgiving 500. That's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Going to be a lot of fun to see who gets it done. And whoever wins that race will get a spot in the Body Armor Pro Series as well, which, we're kind of building that kind of as a champions-only series. We decided to move forward with the owner champions, getting teams in there. So, Stuart, you're going to be all over the place in the Body Armor Pro Series next season, because it'll probably also end up being a driver as well as an owner. It's going to be a lot of fun in the Pro Series next year, and that's also going to start in just about 2 months' time, because we'll be starting that all up at South Boston in mid-January. So, we're excited. A lot of great things coming up here. Tomorrow is Road America in the Truck Series. Next week, the Thanksgiving 500, and then we're rolling to the finale of the Turkey Hill Truck Series as well on December 25th. It's going to be a lot of fun. And one more invitational race here in the Wawa Cup Series on December 21st in Nazareth for the Wawa Winter Invitational. Congratulations to Blaine Keys on his race victory here at the Bend. Thank you to Stuart for joining me alongside this one here today. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Sprecher Soda 250 in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Congratulations to Blaine Keith once again, and I will see you guys later.